When she told her mother about it, her mother was very supportive. "You have a beautiful voice, my dear. Just sing from your heart and everyone will love it," she said. Nkechi practiced every day after school. She chose a song that her grandmother used to sing to her. It was a traditional song that reminded her of her home. Meanwhile, Adana, Chidima, and Ezine were planning their own performance. They decided to do a dance routine, but when they heard that Nkechi was going to sing, they saw another opportunity to make her look bad. On the day of the talent show, the hall was filled with students, teachers, and parents. The performance were going well and everyone was having a good time. Nkechi was nervous but excited. She was the last to perform. Just before she went on stage, Adana whispered to Chidima and Ezine, "Watch this." She sneaked backstage and found the microphone. She turned the volume down very low so Nkechi's voice wouldn't be heard properly. When Nkechi stepped on stage, she took a deep breath and began to sing. At first, no one could hear her. She looked around confused. The audience started whispering and Nkechi felt her heart sinking. But then, Tunde was sitting in the front row, noticed what was happening. He quickly ran to the sound system and turned the volume back up. Suddenly, Nkechi's beautiful voice filled the hall. She sang with all her heart, and the audience was so captivated. When she finished, there was a moment of silence, followed by a loud applause. Everyone was cheering for her. Mrs. Additional came on stage and hugged Nkechi. "That was beautiful. That was wonderful, Nkechi. You have a gift," she said. Nkechi smiled, feeling so happy and proud for the first time. She felt like she truly belonged at Bright Star School. But the bullies were not done yet. They were more determined than ever to make her pay. After the talent show, Nkechi became more popular at school. More children started talking to her and inviting her to play during break time. She made new friends and felt happier than she had been since she moved to Lagos. But Adana, Chidima, and Ezine were still determined to make her life miserable. They couldn't stand seeing her happy and successful in school. They were determined to ruin her life. One fateful day, during lunch, Adana, Chidima, and Ezine saw Nkechi talking and laughing with her new friends. They were jealous and angry. They decided to spread a rumor about her. "Did you hear?" Adana whispered to a group of girls. "Nkechi stole money from Mrs. Adesina's desk. She's a thief." The rumor spread quickly, and soon everyone was talking about it. Nkechi noticed that some of the children were looking at her strangely and whispering. She didn't know what was going on until Tunde told her. "Nkechi, there's a rumor going on around that you stole money from Mrs. Adesina's desk," he said. Nkechi was shocked. "That's not true. I would never do such a thing," she said, feeling hurt and confused. Tunde believed her. "I know you wouldn't, but we have to find a way to prove it." Nkechi felt worried. She didn't know how to prove she didn't steal anything. She decided to talk to Mrs. Adesina after school. "Miss Adesina, I heard rumors that I stole money from your desk. I promise I didn't do it," Nkechi said with her voice trembling. Mrs. Adesina looked surprised. "I know you didn't, Nkechi. I trust you. Don't worry. We'll find out who started this rumor," she said, comforting her. The next day, Mrs. Adesina called the whole class together. "There has been a rumor going around that Nkechi stole money from my desk. I want to make it clear that this is not true. Whoever started this rumor needs to come forward and apologize," she said firmly. Adana, Chidima, and Ezine looked at each other nervously. They hadn't expected Mrs. Adesina to get involved. They knew they were in trouble. Later that day, Mrs. Adesina called the three girls to her office. "I know it was you who started the rumor. This behavior is unacceptable. You will apologize to Nkechi and serve detention for the rest of the week, she said angrily. The girls had no choice but to apologize. Nkechi accepted the apology, but she knew it would take time for things to get better. She was glad that Mrs. Additional believed her and that the truth had come out. Nkechi realized that no matter how hard things got, she had to stay true to herself. She decided to focus on her studies and her new friends and not let the bullies get to her. After the rumor incident, things began to improve for Nkechi. She focused on her studies and her new friends. She also started helping her mother at the market after school, even though it was stressful. Nkechi didn't mind. She loved spending time with her mother and learning about different vegetables. While she was helping her mother out at the market, she noticed Adana, Chidima, and Ezine walking by. They were carrying heavy bags and looking tired. Nkechi hesitated for a moment, but then she remembered her mother's words about kindness. "Do you need some help?" she asked, walking over to them. The girls looked surprised. They didn't expect Nkechi to offer help after everything they had done to her. "Sure," Adana said, handing her a bag. Nkechi took the bag and walked with them. As they walked, she talked to them about the different vegetables and how to cook them. The girls listened, and for the first time, they saw a different side of Nkechi. When they reached their destination, Adana, Chidima, and Ezine thanked Nkechi for her help. They felt guilty for how they had treated her. They realized that Nkechi was kind and hardworking, despite their attitude towards her. The next day at school, Adana, Chidima, and Ezine approached Nkechi during break time. "Nkechi, we want to apologize again for everything we have done to you," Adana said. "We've been really mean to you, and it wasn't right." Nkechi looked at them and nodded. "Thank you for apologizing. It wasn't easy for me, but I'm glad we can move forward," she said. From that day on, things started to change. Adana, Chidima, and Ezine made an effort to be nicer to Nkechi and even included her in their activities. They realized that bullying didn't make them happy and being kind was much better. Nkechi's life at Bright Star School became even better. She had more friends and felt more accepted. She continued to excel in her studies and even helped other students with their schoolwork. Nkechi's kindness and determination had not only changed her life, but also the lives of those around her. She had shown everyone that no matter where you come from or what you have, you can make a difference with the kindness and hard work. As the school year came to an end, Bright Star School held an award ceremony to recognize students for their achievements. Nkechi was excited but a little nervous. She had worked very hard and hoped to be recognized. The hall was filled with students, teachers, and parents. Mrs. Adeshina started the ceremony with a speech about the importance of kindness, hard work, and determination. She talked about how one student had shown these qualities and made a big difference at the school. These students came to us from a small village and faced many challenges. Despite everything, she remained kind, worked hard, and excelled in her studies. She has taught us all a valuable lesson, Mr. Adeshina said. "I am proud to present the Students of the Year Award to Nkechi." They all erupted in applause as Nkechi walked up to the stage. She couldn't believe her eyes. She felt so happy and proud of herself. Mrs. Adeshina handed her the award and hugged her. "You deserve this, Nkechi. You have been an inspiration to us all." Nkechi smiled and thanked her. She looked out at the audience and saw her mother smiling proudly. She also saw Adana, Chidima, and Ezine clapping for her. Nkechi felt grateful for everything she had learned and experienced. After the ceremony, Nkechi's mother hugged her tightly. "I am so proud of you, my daughter. You have shown everyone how special you truly are." Nkechi smiled. "Thank you, mother. I couldn't have done it without you by my side." Nkechi continued to do well in school and helped her mother at the market. She also started a club at school to help new students feel welcome and supported. She wanted to make sure that no one else felt the way she had when she first arrived. And so, Nkechi's journey at Bright Star School ended on a high note.